Okay, hey there. I am going to take a second and attempt to flip my screen around so that my numbers are showing normally. Okay, so this is my first Facebook Live in a while and my first Facebook Live using my telephone. So I did the flipping of the numbers, so hopefully when you look at this, you're seeing the numbers in the correct orientation. But I feel a little bit weird here because I'm flipped as well and I'm not sure which way my drawing is going to go. So what I wanted to do today is, see, I'm going off camera. What I want to talk about today is a quick tip for teaching multiplication of mixed numbers. This is a tip that is in my blog post about multiplication of mixed numbers and fractions. I've recently revised the post and updated it a bit. I had written it a couple years ago. And since it's kind of in my mind, I thought I'd just jump on and talk about a little bit about the tips that are in there. So tip number 1 in that post is to help students understand everything that's involved in the actual multiplication of mixed numbers. So I don't know about you, but I have had students come to me after having studied multiplication of mixed numbers in past years. They come to me in 6th grade, and inevitably I will have a student who will go ahead and multiply 2 times 3, and then 3/4 times 1/2. And they will get 6 3/8 as their final answer. And so, can you see that? You can kind of see that. Yeah, okay. Yep, I think you can still see that, 6 3/8 there. Okay, so when they get that answer, I feel like it's important to kind of break this problem apart for them so they understand exactly what 2 3/4 times 3 1/2 means, separate from modeling it, but looking at the calculations of it. So I write this out so that they can understand that 2 3/4 times 3 1/2 does mean 2 times 3 and 2 times 1/2. Make some pretty little arrows there. And then it means 3/4 times 3 and 3/4 times 1/2. So we break that into those 4 problems so they can see that those are the 4 problems that we're actually doing when we are doing multiplication of mixed numbers. So 2 times 3 would be the 6, 2 times 1/2 would be 1, 3/4 times 3 would be 9/4, and 3/4 times 1/2 is 3/8. Okay. And then when we look at that, we can see that the 6 and the 3/8 are in there, which is what that original answer that they had gotten was. And so they can see that there's some extra stuff in there that is actually part of the answer. So then they can combine this and get 7. And this ends up being equal to 2 5/8. So we get 9 5/8 as that answer. Yeah, that went off the board. Sorry. That says 9 5/8 if you can't see it. So, okay, as I said, I'm just doing this for the first time on my phone and the numbers are all funky. So 9 5/8 is what's down there. Okay, so then we talk about the fact that when we change these to improper fractions, the 2 3/4 is actually all combined into that one number, and we don't have to have the separate problems. And the 3 1/2 is all combined into the 7/2, and we don't have to have that as a separate number. So just showing them what is actually involved in this problem and how we actually get to the 9 5/8 is a good thing for them to understand, so that they can see how it's broken down. So that is tip number 1. And if you want to hear more tips, you can check out the blog post and I will put that into my comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.